Hopefully, this position I could see them all, the entire distance. So I just got this upper back stretcher 2-pack, and it's like hard plastic. And make sure you keep the box because the instructions are in the back. So it informs you to lower yourself onto the back stretcher lengthwise so that the back stretcher is positioned in the middle of your upper back. Place your hands behind your head and let your body relax in this position for 30 to 60 seconds. And then every 30 to 60 seconds, you could change the position, slightly higher, like 2 inches, or slightly lower. So everybody's back has a different width. So you have to actually lay on it and then start adjusting this to see what distance works for you. So for me, the distance that works for me is about a little more than 1 inch. So I put it like this. And I leave the box here for reference. And then I slowly, it helps if you have a mirror, so like this is like the middle of my back. So first I'd like to leave my knees up because it helps me stabilize. And then I lower myself. So before I put my hands over my head, I like to make sure that it's in a good position. So I need to actually pull it down a little bit and push it in a little bit more. That's a little bit better. I'm going to turn the top a little bit more inward. This one a little bit more in. So this feels pretty good for me as a starting point. So I'm going to put my hands behind my head and I just let this portion of my body sink in. So first I start like this and I just take deep breaths and I let it open up my spine. And then what I do is, it tells you like over time you could also put your hands to the side and let it rest. So that gives it a little extra stretch. If you're not comfortable with this, then keep your hands behind your head for starters. I also tried like dropping one leg at a time to see how it feels. And then I drop my other leg. And then I take slow, deep breaths for a good stretch. And before I release my hands to the side, I actually just release my hands off my head and make sure that feels fine. And then I'll start putting my hands to the side. When I put my hands to the side, I feel a little bit more of a stretch over here, which is really nice. So I like to put my knees up, put my elbows down to push myself up before I make my adjustment. So I'm going to try pushing it a little higher. So for me, my lower back area, I had it like 1/2 inch gap. And now I'm raising it up a little bit. And so since I'm getting wider on the top, I kind of open up the gap a little bit just to test it out. And you could right away feel if it's like not level. So then you just try to arch your back a little bit if you don't want to get up, and then adjust it. And sometimes it's not a matter of just adjusting it up. Sometimes you turn it a little bit. So you make your minor adjustments to see what feels good. So now it's like stretching slightly higher. So I'm gonna raise it up. I'm gonna push it a little bit more in. Oh, that feels much better, much better. A little bit more on it. Yeah, much better. So I can feel a really good stretch right here because I'm a little bit sore actually on this side. So if I just wanted a good stretch and I wasn't sore, I would put my legs down also, but when I'm going a little bit higher, I'm just taking my time and staying in this position to really let it do its thing. So again, you could try to put your arms down. You could try like one leg down, see how you feel, and allow yourself a few breaths. And if it's too much, put your leg back up. But if it feels okay, you can start lowering the other leg. And then just like allow your body to like curve and sink into these stretch pads. Again, if it's a little bit too much, put your hands behind your head. And then over time, when that feels fine, you could remove your hands. And then over time, you can also relax your hands on the side like that. Again. So give it a good little while. And then, you know, continue and move it up or move it down. And do this like once a day to give your back a good stretch. So, I like that this comes as 2-piece because other back stretchers, it's just one piece, one area. So if you need a slight adjustment, you can. And this allows you to slightly adjust it in the perfect way where you could just like melt into it. So really like this set. So keep the box. It says every 30 to 60 seconds, change your position about 2 inches. About 2 inches. You could do half an inch, 1 inch, 1.5 inch. It's really up to you how slowly you want to move. And then it says eventually let your elbows drop to the side to help stretch your chest and provide shoulder blade pain relief if you want. And then it says repeat this care process once a day at home, work, or at the gym. And as you become comfortable with stretching, begin to remove pillows until you are flat on the floor. So over time, when your back no longer hurts, you can see how you feel just laying flat without it. And then your feet down. There you have it.